What's going on, you guys? Like what you guys to the channel. Your boy Big Dog back with another DC TV talk. Today I got a review for Doom Patrol episode 9, or season 2 episode 9. Wax Patrol. Few different things about this, I must say. One, I didn't find out that this season only had 9 episodes till literally like a few days ago. I want to say almost a week ago, about 5 days ago. So I didn't know. I was shocked and I was upset. Okay, because I thought it was gonna be like 13 at the least, but 15 like the first season. So when I found out we get 9, I was like, okay, that's weird. Not only that, I have mixed feelings about this episode. Now, from a episode standpoint, thought it was good. But from a season finale standpoint, I'm not underwhelmed. I'm a little disappointed. Considering, okay, wow, that's the first time I've said anything that wasn't completely and totally positive about Doom Patrol. But here's my whole thing about it. I felt like this entire season was leading up to a few things that happened, and certain things started to happen. Like Rita is like confronting, you know what I'm saying, her past. Cliff is in a tough situation because he has to go save the world, but he also is letting down his daughter. Also the stuff with him and Jesus, it was one of the greatest things the show has ever done, and I thought it was hilarious. But like he's like had his coming to Jesus moment in this episode. Larry didn't really solve too many things with him. Kipling was messed up. Cyborg, his whole ordeal was like let Ronnie go and being sad, moping around. And then you had Miranda, that whole thing. The two biggest things from the episode is probably Dorothy and Jane/Miranda. And both of those get left on a cliffhanger before wrapping up the actual story from the season. So, like I said, as an episode, I enjoyed it. But you can't tell me you don't think this episode would have been better if we had one coming next week. Because like, oh, this is that. Now we have to, bro, they take like year-long breaks between these shows. And since this show comes on HBO Max and not just DC Universe, you have to I don't know, bro. I'm lost right now, dog. I'm not even joking with you guys. Like, we get to see Miranda used to be primary, used to hold everything down, and she met this guy, and then the dude ended up being an asshole, and why is it okay? Every dude not a piece of shit. I've been seeing a lot of like shows and movies just like every dude not a piece of shit. Like a lot of us it didn't take for the world to realize, you know what I'm saying, women were being mistreated for us to realize, like we kind of knew the shit ahead of time. So I'm just trying to get, I'm not gonna say I'm getting tired of it. It's cool because it's like, it's showing other dudes who maybe act like this, or like, hey, that's not right. Honestly, it blew me away that he even did that. Like, he's like, oh, it's cool. Like, apparently she had already gave him a rundown about her past and like her childhood and her upbringing. And for him to think like, hey, we're gonna have like a little swingers party, like that made zero sense. That was a stupid move. And to me, I'm like, okay, that's kind of over the top, because I don't know. And like, she ever gave you any indication she was down for some shit like that? Like, you just spring it on her? Knowing that she's traumatized from her past and hasn't had good male influence in her life, that you want to do that? Like, that's... Granted, there are some dudes out there like that who's stupid as hell, but like, I'm just kind of like, I'm seeing it in everything where it's like, no, there's like no good dudes. I'm like, hey, I'm an example of one of those. But yeah, that, which was crazy because the whole sex scene with her, I think, is that why she got rid of Scarlet Harlot? Because like, it seemed like for a moment she was enjoying it. Then she got out of there just like, hey man, you supposed to protect him. That's why she got out. But then we find out that the Miranda that's down there is not even actually Miranda. Miranda's definitely dead. Jane's swimming underwater and she finds the necklace. But it's just like, now the more I think about it, it's just like, yeah, this was a mishap. Okay, I have to say some of the stuff in this was a mishap because it just seemed like the guy, the way he approached her. Now, listen, I know this. There's been plenty of cases of people who pursue somebody who really want them to get them and then fuck over them. Okay, that's not a secret. But the fact they were dating for a while, that was just a mistake. But nonetheless, we found out that that's not Miranda, and it's like her father. That has to be explained, which is gonna have to wait the next season. And another thing going on with like Dorothy is the fact that I always thought that when Dorothy came of age, like the Candlemaker would just be able to be released upon himself. But the whole time, Dorothy was going to have to take care of him, and if she couldn't, then he would be able to do what he wants. So it would have meant that the chief should have been training Dorothy for this moment. And he wasn't. He just kind of neglected it and just tucked it away and thought everything was going to be okay. Yeah, pretty bad at procrastinating, Chief. But things go from bad to worse when her mother shows up and Chief is like, no, she can't do it. She's still a kid. It's like, man, she fucking 90, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let her go do her thing. Her mama's like, she's not shy. She has to do this. Terrible parents on both parts. One, the mama, like, basically her whole tribe cursed this girl. Chief, like, tucked her away for 90 years. Like, she has no real life experience, no real world experience, anything. So, this is all on them. But, at the same time, the episode ends with the Candlemaker taking her, you know what I'm saying? She's about to go fight him, I guess. I'm just like, it's over though. It's over. It felt incomplete. That's always my biggest thing. Is it felt incomplete. With me. And shows like this. Now there are some shows that I'll be like, okay, it can tell a full story and things just like Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is like you have to have it season by season, okay? And that season is a story, but you know it can't be the complete story because there's still things that happen. But with Doom Patrol, you can tell a full and complete story within a season. It's not something you have to wait for the next season to do. But they did it with this one, which is weird because I felt like if you never have anything, well, the first season ends with they're all still shrunk. But I still feel like you could have ended that like that. I always feel like when I'm watching the show, once the season ends, wrap up that story. Now you can have cliffhangers, you have as many cliffhangers as you want for next season, but if the show was to never come back, well, I feel like, okay, well, at least this story was told and this part is finished. Of course, there's always questions to be had, no matter what story you get, like Cinderella and Prince Charming go live happily ever after. Well, did they really? Did they end up getting divorced? Like, there's other questions you can always ask in this situation, but I want the story for that season to be complete, and I feel like this one was a little incomplete. So, probably my biggest. This is probably, like I said, the episode wasn't bad and was disappointing, but it as a season finale, kind of like that. As a season finale, is disappointing because I feel like it's not complete. It didn't complete the season, you know. But still love the show. You know what I'm saying? And I thought the episode was great. I really liked the stuff from Miranda. I think that was a nice little kick. You know, and we got to find out a lot of new things. But guess we'll see them next year. You guys, let me know what you thought about this episode down in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you guys staying safe, and I catch up with you guys later. Peace.